We are less than a week away, and we get loads of questions every day on the stream on last-minute things to prepare for when it comes to Wrath of the Lich King launch. We have some very important tips that hopefully you haven't skipped over. Starting off with the first prep is gold. I know this is super broad and a ton of people are just going to skip over this section, but I just want to show you the easiest and most efficient farms that every class in the game can do, not just Ret Paladins and Death Knights, and you can still easily make upwards of over 300 gold an hour. The first one is farming old world materials. Currently, everybody is scrambling to try and buy materials to get their professions up to max right before the launch of the new expansion. And nobody wants to waste time going out there and grinding these materials. But guess what? That's why you're going to farm them. If you go over to the auction house, mithril ore is going for almost 2 gold a pop. Iron ore for 80 silver, wool cloth for 30 silver, briar thorn for 25 silver, grom's blood for almost a gold, sungrass for 50 silver, and the list goes on and on. All the materials are super easy to farm. It's really just no one wants to go out in the old world and farm them. You can easily farm Stone Talent Mountains and Hillsbrad for wool, and Badlands and Hinterlands for the mithril. The next gold farms you could do is questing in Netherstorm, Shadowmoon Valley, and Nagrand. All of these together equate to about 4.2 thousand gold from finishing all 3 of them, which just that by itself can get you its epic flying mount. So please do not sleep on finishing up the quests in the game. The next up, we're going to be talking about professions. Professions are going to be so critical to your character overall come Wrath of the Lich King, and is definitely something you don't want to sleep on. Each specific profession has a massive impact on how your character is played in the expansion. Professions are not only an amazing way to earn gold, it can be an incredible way to earn amazing gear with the new Frozen Orbs. Frozen Orbs are Wrath of the Lich King's equivalent to Primal Nethers, but now they're not bound on pickup later on in the expansion. If you didn't know, you can get these powerful reagents from defeating endgame bosses in heroic dungeons, and it can be used to craft very powerful items like the Titan Steel Destroyer, engineering goggles, caster DPS weapons, epic armor, and so much more. Professions are getting a major facelift overall, and they even give you specific stat buffs for which profession you choose as well as a bonus. So many people slept on professions in Classic and TBC, but you'll be making a huge mistake on doing so in Wrath of the Lich King. Next up, we have finding a guild that fits your style of play. Now, most people, what they do when they're looking for a guild is just to pick the first guild they see in trade chat, ask for an invite, and hopefully they can clear some content with whoever they find. But honestly, I think you'd be making a huge mistake by doing so. This is a huge detail that should not be slept on, because who you surround yourself with and who you play the game with on a daily basis will heavily affect how you end up feeling about the game. If you're more of a casual type of player, maybe it shouldn't be best to be in a hardcore raiding guild and to put yourself in an environment that best suits you. People you can even build friendships with, and when you finally beat the bosses all on your own terms, it can be something truly special that you will not forget. By the way, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested in joining us on launch day on the Sky Fury PvP server, give one of these in-game names a whisper, and we can get you into the guild, no problem. And lastly, I want to talk about setting some realistic goals. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, every person is different. Everyone has a different definition of fun. The goal of playing a video game is to try and have as much fun as possible for yourself. You don't want to log into a game and have it feel like a chore or a second job. If you don't want to raid, then don't. If you don't want to PvP, then don't do it. If you want to just fish and do professions, dude, go for it. You need to learn to play the game how you want to play it and set yourself up with some realistic goals to achieve. Everyone has a different amount of time they're able to play WoW, and most people are going to play the game casually, which is completely fine. Prep yourself in knowing if you want to primarily focus on PvP, PvE, or even just professions. Scrambling and trying to do it all at once when you don't have the time can significantly hinder your real life, which is the opposite of what you want. I promise you, if you stick to these steps on preparing for the launch, you'll have an amazing experience. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to wrap up this video on some of the preps you need to make right before the launch. I'm super excited personally for Wrath of the Lich King, and if you want to see more and you're interested in seeing more, please hit the subscribe and like button, and also come check out the live streams. We have a ton of people come in, hang out, goof off, and, ask questions. Just come in and hang out. I'm sure you'll have an amazing time tuning in. But anyways, my name's Sky from the Comeback Kids. I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.